Cleveland Muny football, celebrating its 106th year as one of the oldest and best programs in our country. And as always, it's a very special day when children and their parents can get out and enjoy to see their child play in a league all-star game. For some of these players, it'll be their final time as they play in the Muny Football League, as they will move on to their high school teams. There were 18 teams that started on August 24th in the Muny Football League. Every child that plays today will receive their All-Star Award and an All-Star program from our memory piece for the rest of their lives. Welcome to Cleveland Central Catholic Stefanski Football Field today for the 14U Muny Football All-Star Game. Hi, I'm Tim Wells, and my partner Jason Dunn is in the house. And Jason, when we talk about 14U Muny Football All-Star Game, tell us what our viewers can expect.
Hey, Tim, we're in for a real treat tonight. We had 14U All-Star Games, some of the biggest and brightest stars, and these here are tomorrow's leaders. We have a lot of high school football coaches in attendance to watch these kids today. For some of these kids, this is their very final game ever playing in Muny football. A lot of these kids started off as 6-year-olds with us, and they'll be exiting today as all-stars at 14 years old with a promising high school career upon them.
Well, without further ado, we will go over to Nicole Christian for our player introductions. Nicole?
Welcome to the 2024 14U All-Star Game. Introducing Miles Garrett. Number 2, Michael Boone, representing Shaker Raw Talent. Number 12, Reese Bowers, representing Collinwood Cobras. Number 25, Cerrone Cottingham, representing the Westside Wolverines. Number 23, Lavino Johnson, representing the Collinwood Cobras. Number 17, Raman Johnson Jr., representing the Westside Wolverines. Number 4, Tihandre Hertz, representing the Garden Valley Falcons. Number 3, King Kurt, representing the Westside United Gators. Absent, Dante Lipscomb, representing Shaker Raw Talent. Number 11, Jaden Menefield, representing the Garden Valley Falcons. Number 15, King Moore, representing the Collinwood Cobras. Number 8, Justin Chambers, representing the Garden Valley Falcons. Number 6, Raynell Cooper, representing Raw Talent. Number 18, Christian Moreno, representing the Westside Wolverines. Number 13, Adrian Mosby, representing Garden Valley Falcons. Number 5, Marshawn Perrys, representing Collinwood Cobras. Number 1, Jayon Payne, representing Garden Valley Falcons. Number 21, Matthew Robinson, representing West United Gators. Absent, Demarion Ship, representing Shaker Raw Talent. Number 19, Amir Silmi, representing Westside Wolverines. Number 16, Jason Showman, representing West United Gators. Number 7, Carleo Wallace, representing Shaker Raw Talent. Absent, Karan Wright, representing Garden Valley Falcons. Number 9, Joel McLeod, representing Garden Valley Falcons. Number 14, Linnell Monroe, representing Garden Valley Falcons. And the coaches head coach Lamonte Smith, and assistant coach and assistant coaches. Introducing Nick Chubb All-Stars. Number 24, Danny Augustin, representing Impact Youth Bearcats. Number 21, D'Amico Alexander, representing Southside Seahawks. Absent, Adrian Banks, representing Sims Raiders Showtime. Number 11, Sean Dixon Jr., representing Sims Raiders Showtime. Number 8, Tyler Hill, representing Southside Seahawks. Number 3, Luciano Locklear, representing Southside Seahawks. Number 6, DeVelo Miller, representing Sims Raiders Showtime. Number 26, Jameer Patterson. Number 26, Jared Miller, representing Sims Raiders Showtimes. Number 5, Jameer Patterson, representing Cleveland Renegades. Number 7, Eric Bullock Jr., representing Renegades. Absent, Frederick Praya, representing Impact Youth Bearcats. Number 23, Ashton Roberts, representing Impact Youth Bearcats. Number 27, Caden Starr, representing Impact Youth Bearcats. Number 10, Javonte Swift, representing Cleveland Renegades. Number 12, Cameron Travis, representing Cleveland Renegades. Number 18, Dominique Walker, representing Southside Seahawks. Number 15, Cameron Wilson, representing Cleveland Renegades. Number 1, Sir Curtis Wooten, representing Southside Seahawks. Number 2, Marcus Brown, representing Renegades. Number 19, Clayshawn Hall, representing Renegades. And our coach for Nick Chubb All-Stars, head coach Tevin Davis. Thank you to our assistant coaches. Please rise for a playing of your national anthem.
Well, there you have it. Again, JD, when you're talking about the obviously 14U All-Star game, again, a lot of the parents come out. It's a typical great weather day as far as our weather for the game. And also,
And a quick introduction.
we'll have to deal with some special rules as well.
For Miles Garrett. Kamarion Simpson, representing Garden Valley
So
Falcons.
Tamario Simpson is here, and he's representing Garden Valley number 2. He's arrived, so we will be honoring him as well. And again, they're giving us number 10 now, I think.
Yep, number 10.
Okay, we got it. All right, so let's first talk about the rules that they're going to have to deal with today.
Okay, and the rules of today's game, Tim, this is the 14U bantamweight division. There's absolutely no weight limit, so there's no restriction on positions that any kid can play regardless of size. We're dealing with 9-minute regulation clock today, 4 timeouts per game, but by this being an all-star game, we will not have an overtime session, so, hey, we may go into a tie. No kickoffs. The ball begins play at the 35-yard line. The punt rule, all teams must punt, and the head coach must declare his intentions on 4th down, whether to punt or go for it. There's no blitzing allowed in the all-star game, so, it's man defense, and just go out there and, float to the ball. Scoring is conventional. A touchdown is 6 points. Safety is worth 2 points. The twist comes on the extra point. If you kick the ball through the uprights, you get 2 points. A runner pass is worth 1.
Well, obviously, it is a very special day for a lot of young people here today, but also the officials that are calling today's game. And again, it's another veteran crew that'll be doing today's game. Again, Tony McPherson, he is our head referee. He's on the right. He's the head referee. Also in the middle is Larry Wilcox. He is the head linesman. He's a 4-year official. And Carlitos Torres, who's on the left, and he is a graduate of Lincoln West, but he's also been 8 years as an official. Pretty good crew that'll call the game. In this one, Jason, we've gone from the 12U last week now to come to the 14U this week. I'm kind of thinking they're going to air it out a little bit.
You know what? Talking with both of the head coaches and just seeing some of their tendencies in practice, on top of the athletes that have in this game, they have some of the best in the city. I expect them to go out there and really test the secondary. Again, defense will be in man coverage, so you want to exploit some of those one-on-one matchups, putting that ball in the air.
So again, temperature is about 60 degrees. Wind chill, we'll get a reading on that. I see the flag blown a little bit. Should be not a big factor, but we do have a little bit of wind, and it looks like it's going from north to west, but I won't predict that until I get official word from our ace weather person.
This is beautiful weather this time of the year. Sunshine in Northeast Ohio.
So 1st down and 10, as Jason mentioned, 9-minute quarters. They're going to go to run to the outside, and nothing doing on the play. The defensive ends and all that came up here, you're looking at right here trying to get to the outside. He was there. He contained. He kept everything in front of him.
Yeah, the ends did a great job, and that was number 2, Michael Boone on the carry from Shaker Raw Talent. He's one of those elusive kids, and, they're starting off already trying to get the ball in his hands on the perimeter.
2nd down. We'll call it 11. Just underway from Cleveland Central Catholic Stefanski Field, 14U. All-star game of Cleveland Muny football. He's got a throw. Incomplete. Little bit high.
And that was number 3, Kirk King, the intended target on the play. Had some time. He stepped up, climbed the pocket, delivered it just a little too high. And Tim, like you said, it only took 2 plays for him to put the ball in the air.
Well, we know, hey, if I'm All-Stars and it's just 14U, hey, guys, we're going to have fun today. We're going to be doing reverses if we can. We're going to be throwing it all over the place. So let's have some fun today. And again, obviously, when you're talking to the coaches, Jason, they're trying to again, take these players and put them in positions where their skills can shine. That's part of it.
Yeah, and most importantly, they want to have fun. They have a lot of talent, and kids can play the interchangeable pieces.
They're going deep. It's a jump ball. Incomplete.
Wow, what a try there.
Wow.
Yeah, they're making no mystery of this. They want to put the ball in the air to some of these big receivers out there. And, it was great defense. The defense knew it was coming. They had double coverage out there. A safety shaded to the right side. Made a play on the ball. Incomplete. You talk about the head coaches in this game. You get from the Nick Chubb All-Stars, you got Tevin Davis. And for Myles Garrett, you got Lamonte Smith. Both of these coaches faced off in the 14U championship game against one another.
Fourth down. There ain't no such thing as a punt here, is there?
No,
they're going for it. They're going to throw it off his left foot. Oh, he had him. He had him.
What an attempt. And they switched quarterbacks that play. That making that pass attempt right there was number 6, Raynell Cooper, Shaker Raw Talent, and his intended target was one of his teammates, number 2, Michael Boone. Just falls incomplete.
So they'll take over the ball on the 34-yard line. And again, this is going to be the Myles Garrett team taking over the ball. First down and 10. If I have that right. Do we have it right or no, Coach?
We got Nick Chubb taking over on offense right now.
Okay, so this is Nick Chubb. Okay. So here we go. First down and 10 on the 34-yard line.
Okay, first quarterback for Nick Chubb is Tyler Hill.
Bad snap. Again, transition with the quarterback and the center. They only had how many practices? Maybe about 3, if that, before this game.
Yeah, give or take 2 or 3, 3 or 4 practices with some of these kids less because they're preparing for championships. And you get some of that, the bobble snaps because you're dealing with, a brand new center, quarterback. They're just getting a chance to learn each other.
Running right off right tackle, and that linebacker came hit, and he hit him like a brick wall. Wow.
And that's what we call filling the hole there. And on that carry, that was number 3, Kirk King from the West United Gators. He was shifting, dancing up in there, and picked up a few yards and got, boom, stonewalled.
So we got third down and 8. Gonna carry it, step out of bounds. I don't know if he got enough from where they're saying he stepped out. So it will be, I see one guy signaling that he did get it. So it is a first down. So first down and 10.
Yeah, he scrambled. He had Green out in front of him. He decided to take the ball, get out of bounds. And, just by having that ball out in the left hand, extending it forward, that was enough to pick up that first down.
So first down and 10. They'll keep the drive alive. Trying to pick it up right up the middle. Quick hitter right off the right guard. It's that old 32 dive play.
Straight ahead, one of the best plays in football still today. And carrying that one was number 8, Justin Chambers from the Garden Valley Falcons.
So 2nd down and 8. Coming up on the 5-minute mark in this first quarter. No score. And he got met right at the line of scrimmage for no gain. You know, and Jay, we talked about this before the game. These two coaches that are the head coaches of this team, they've seen each other a few weeks ago on our channel.
Yes, they have. And, you know, and they've got an opportunity to learn a lot about one another. You know, prior to the championship game, we had an out, and I didn't tell the coaches, but I invited them both out to the Cleveland Browns game. So we had the opportunity to hang out at the Browns game, you know, just talk about life, talk about their impact on the Ward 5 community. And now today, final game of the year, they're coaching against each other in the All-Star game.
So looking to throw. And he's throwing for the end zone, and I don't know.
It looks to be an interception.
That's what it looks like. You couldn't ask for a better punt if you wanted to get him right back on the 2-yard line.
And let's see, it looked at like number 8.
Number 8 with the interception.
Yeah, Justin Chambers, Garden Valley on the interception.
I'll tell you what, this guy, he's a 9th grader over at Campus International. But again, one of the players that played in the championship game here a few weeks ago on TV 20. Congratulations to the Garden Valley Falcons. And you know, the other thing is when you talk about Ward 5 and you talk, what a tremendous support that Councilman Richard Starr has been for those two organizations.
You know, he's been very instrumental in the program's success. The resurgence of the Cleveland Renegades, the Garden Valley Falcons. You know, I can't say enough about those guys, led by Danny Solomon, coordinator. They've just been great to this league and for the city and for their ward for years. Thank you, Richard Starr. We really, really, really appreciate everything you do, not only for your ward, but for Cleveland Community Football.
He made it out of the end zone, but it wasn't much. Maybe a yard, if that.
See, and this is a tough spot right here to be in. You know, you don't want to do too much dancing back there because you're right there with your back to the end zone. And again, safety is worth 2 points. This game is going to come down to field position right now. And the Miles Garrett Orange team want to try to get some breathing room.
Well, you know, if they're following the namesake of Miles Garrett, they're known for defense. Now, offense, that might be a different story. We'll find out. 2nd down, we'll call it 11. And we got a whistle. And a timeout was called.
Okay, timeout on defense.
So Miles Garrett called timeout. They are on the, I'll call it the 1 foot line. Nowhere would I wouldn't be with that ball right now with this kind of defense. Ain't no way.
No, not at all. And like I said, you know, being this all-star game, kids, you know, only a handful of practices together. You know, that center quarterback exchange is so important right now.
Well, we're in the 100. Let's see what the coach has to say.
I want to go head up over the ball. I go nose. All right, you go nose. You go left. You go right. You go. You know y'all. Straight in the middle, right? Straight in the middle. Head up over. Hey, blast his ass. I got you. Blast his ass. Lucci. Lucci. Hey, Eric. Lucci. Outside. Stay on the outside, bro. Stay on that man. E. Come on, y'all. Here, come on.
All right, so the Nick Chubb All-Stars, they're expecting to come out in shotgun.
And it looks like they're lined up in the shotgun. Oh boy! Oh boy! I don't think he got out of there.
And we have our safety.
Are you surprised?
Not surprised at all. And like I said, that center quarterback exchange, but from the shotgun, it looked like the snap was good. The quarterback just mishandled it.
Yep. Got to catch that clean so you can get that quick hitter if that's what you're trying to do.
You know, it's just always a tough spot to be in, whether it's a regular team, an all-star team. When you got your back to the goal like that and you got the defense pinning their ears back and coming, just a tough spot to be in.
So now that we've had the safety, Jason, what's the next? What would they do now with the game as far as where will they line up with the ball or where do they put the ball at?
Okay, now that we have the safety, the ball will be marched, I want to say midfield. Now, with no kickoff, the ball will be marched at the 50-yard line, midfield, and the offense will now take over on downs.
So they are going to start off at midfield with the ball.
So not only do you get 2 points, you have great field position on your next drive.
So first down and 10. They're going to cut right off the guard there. And again, they went right behind that tackle. And they picked some big yardage up. You got to give credit to that left tackle, man. He threw a block in there and opened that hole for him.
Oh, he really opened that hole up. And that was nothing. It was almost like a draw play straight ahead. Had blockers out there, and it was some pretty tough running from the running back.
So we're at first down and 10. And look to get to the outside. We got some big, strong runners.
He managed to stay in bounds there, keep the clock moving. But look, he showed not only can we go inside, we can go outside as well and dish a little punishment.
Yeah, you could see that running back. First he tried to stiff arm the one guy, and then he basically threw his shoulder into him. Strong runner.
Looks like number 18, Dominic Walker from the Southside Seahawks.
This looks like second down and 5. Oh, he fumbled the ball. Did they get it? Yes, they did. Turnover. Oh, my.
Wow, and that's just what the Myles Garrett team needed. A big turnover. And again, it comes off of a botched snap.
I don't understand it. We got good weather. You're on turf. And it seems like it's not the center. It seems like every time they go to catch the ball, they're dropping it.
You know what? I think it's the quarterbacks are anxious. As you're in a big game. The butterflies. You got the crowd. You got the cameras. The kids just need to settle down. Quarterbacks, settle down, get the snap, execute the play.
So we got first down and 10. They'll take it over on the turnover. So Myles Garrett going to look to get to the outside. Nothing doing.
Hold on. Do we have another turnover here, Tim?
Oh, my God. I see him pointing that way. He fumbled the ball right back to him. Oh, no.
And that was number 2, Michael Boone at quarterback. Let's see here. Started off to the left, and he's holding that ball like a loaf of bread. And it definitely came out.
Oh, Lord. So it goes right back to the Nick Chubb team. They'll take over first down on their 30-yard line, 1st and 10. Well, we know that All-Star games, you can't control a lot of this with turnovers and everything else because it's basically they haven't had a lot of time to prepare for it, but these guys are athletic enough and strong enough and experienced enough that they should be able to realize you got to hold on to that ball too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Handoff. Right past the right guard.
And getting a little push there from that line.
Wow.
Yeah, it's about a 5-yard gain. And on that last carry, that was number 3, Luciano Lockyer from the Southside Seahawks. And Lockyer, he turned in a fine 2024 season. He was number 2 in the bantamweight division in scoring with 43 points.
So 2nd down and 5. Less than a minute to go in the quarter. And we got a sack here.
Looked like he was sacked by his own teammates.
I don't want to say that, but all I can tell you is it's 3rd and 10 right now.
Again, and that's just, the all-star game, still trying to familiarize yourself with, your teammates. The back went to step up, but stepped right into the quarterback. And it was, between him and the defensive end that brought the quarterback down.
So 3rd down, we're calling it 10. They might get this off. There's about 10 seconds to go here in the quarter, and we'll see if they get it off. They did not. They did not get that off. So that brings us to the end of the first quarter of play. Yes, folks, 2-0. We're not playing baseball. They got them on a strong defensive safety. And again, the Nick Chubb team is out in front. You're watching 14U All-Star action right here from Cleveland Central Catholic Stavansky Field, the Muny football All-Star game. We'll be right back.
Did you know that in the city of Cleveland, you can text 911 and the message goes directly to our communications center? Our dispatch staff will communicate with you via their keyboard, asking the same questions necessary to dispatch police, fire, or EMS emergency services. Keep this in mind if you are in the city and making an emergency phone call that might be a challenge.
This safety message is brought to you by the City of Cleveland Division of Police.
Welcome back to Cleveland Central Catholic Stefanski Field. You're watching the 14U All-Star game, and again, you're looking at the running back getting to the outside. It did not take them long to start running wide and no containment.
Hey, that was great play design right there. We had a little misdirection going here with the ball carrier being number 5, Jameer Patterson of the Cleveland Renegades. And Jameer Patterson had some of these same runs on display during the championship game. Another big playmaker.
Well, the one he broke a tackle on the stiff arm. The next one, he basically, it seemed like he was the one doing the damage. Again, you're looking at a lot of these 14U League All-Stars. This will be their final game in Muny football, and they'll move on to the high school scene. Now they're going to throw deep for the end zone.
And that right there
is touchdown. Oh!
Touchdown, number 1.
Look at him right there with the play action. And he knew he was going there all the way. And on the touchdown reception, number 1, Sir Curtis Wooten from the Southside Seahawks, 8th grader from Erie Prep, Woodland Hills. Favorite player is Odell Beckham. Favorite team is the Kansas City Chiefs. Great job. And dropping that dime was his teammate during the season, number 8 from the Southside Seahawks, Tyler Hill. Tyler Hill was the 5th leading scorer in the league this year.
They're going to throw for the corner, nothing doing that time. That helps when you got your own quarterback and your own receiver from the same team throwing to each other. That kind of works it out a little bit.
You know, and hey, those guys are real familiar with one another. They played flag football during the spring, and that momentum carried on to the regular season. And, you know, it was seamless. You know, throw the ball up there, tallest receiver in the game, jump ball opportunity, I'm going to trust my guy.
So, you know, let's talk about the flag football, the program and when it takes place and what's all involved.
Okay, so flag football, we do flag football and 7-on-7, ages 6 through 14. We start that in the springtime. Practices normally start during March. We start the regular season at the end of April, and we run it all the way through the first week of June with our league championship. Flag football has grown for us tremendously. This past spring, we played with over 100 teams and over 1,200 kids. So we're looking forward. I can't wait to see what 2025 is going to bring, because we also had all girls teams last year, and we got a ton of interest for that.
So first down and 10, they'll take it over. They pitch it to the outside, and he's going to pick up some lot of room. They got him out there quick. It was a great call.
Here, and just a straight toss pass from the shotgun. And that was great running out there by the back. That was number 18, Christian Moreno from the Wolverines.
10 yards, we played it down.
Ooh, unfortunately, it's coming back.
Yeah, they called it on number 18. I didn't see what he did, but it looks like, this looks like a biggie. So usually when you're talking about a biggie, that means somebody was holding somebody.
Yep, that was definitely a holding penalty. You know, pretty excited to see all the high school coaches we have in attendance today watching the game. And just from my seat in the booth, you see Cleveland Central Catholic, John Adams, Lutheran East, Lutheran West, Holy Name.
Looking to throw. And it is an interception. And the interception was number 8.
Number eight, Tyler Hill from the Southside Seahawks.
Oh, he's making a statement early, folks.
So he goes from dropping the big touchdown pass to the big turnover on defense.
First down.
Well, folks, we want to let you be part of today's telecast. Is our stat crew and our committee over here. They have to come up with an outstanding player on defense and an outstanding player on offense.
You're going to see a lot of these kids shine on both sides of the ball, playing multiple positions, and that right there was evident with that interception by Tyler Hill. Couldn't escape that one. You know, dropping back, Tyler Hill back at quarterback, but immediate pressure coming off that edge by number 11, Sean Dixon Jr. from Sims Raiders. Showtime. Once he got a hold of that quarterback, he was not letting him go.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. The sun glare has definitely taken an impact on us up here. So you know it's warming up down there. So 7 minutes to go. And we do want to remind you that next week, right here on TV 20, it'll be the ladies' turn as we will go into Cleveland Public Hall for the 2024 cheerleading competition. Caught it, but down on right there at the spot. So that's a second down.
Man, hey, Coach Tevin Davis, I don't know when the last time he ran the ball.
Yeah.
You talk about putting on an air attack.
Better believe it.
And like I said, the kids are so talented. They're, You know, I mean, it just seems like each year these kids are getting bigger, stronger, faster, more skilled. You know, they have, you know, just a ton of opportunities during the off season to increase their skill set. You know, a lot of these kids, they play multiple sports. We have a lot of kids right now who are in basketball. So, you know, some is practice this week due to basketball. They're running winter track, wrestling. So we encourage these kids to continue to get involved in multiple sports.
Third down, about 14 yards. Going to run it up the middle, and he'll bring it all the way back inside the 35-yard line. So it'll be a fourth down play. We're going to call it about fourth down, maybe 10, maybe 9.
You know, that was a good change of pace right there. Running straight ahead, number 18, Dominic Walker from the Southside Seahawks, picking up some tough yardage.
Oh, a fumble. Put it right in his hands and dropped the ball.
Yeah, that's been the story of this first half here.
So, JD, tell me about this. And again, Jason Dunn, our league director. I like to call him JD, keep it
Number
simple.
27, that penalty's declined.
But let's talk about the other factors of Muny football. It's not just about football. It's way more than that. Can you explain some of that?
You know, and this is going to go back to our 400-plus volunteers, who's really the heartbeat of the league. You know, without these volunteers, men and women impacting these kids' lives daily, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. You know, the sports side of things is just a hook. You know, we went from operating, you know, just during the football season to understand the greater need in our community to stay engaged with these kids year-round. So now we've expanded to offering social and emotional help for the kids, offering tutoring for school, and just taking advantage of all the opportunities we have at our hands.
Uh-oh! Little underthrown. Game time to get it back, Coach. Well, like you said, we're going to air it out. Now we see two people down here.
And from my viewpoint here, that looks to be number 8 again, Tyler Hill, on the interception. That is 2 picks on the game to go along with 1 dime he dropped on offense from quarterback position. Hey, he's really making a statement right now, trying to separate himself for that post-game award. And it could be either side of the ball right now.
Well, I'll tell you what. He's got a great arm. He's already shown that, and he's got great athletic ability. So obviously, we got a player down. We're checking him out. So we will take a break, and when we come back, we'll have some more of Muny football all-star action.
Join Cleveland Public Library for festive holiday fun at Merry Maker Fest on Saturday, November 30th, starting at 10 a.m. at Main Library in downtown Cleveland. Experience a fun-filled day with activities for everyone, with real reindeer, hot cocoa and treats, DIY gift making, games with CPL play, and much more. Don't forget to visit our new robot friends, the band and Brett Hall, before heading over to Public Square for the annual tree lighting. Bring the whole family to Cleveland Public Library's Merry Maker Fest on Saturday, November 30th. This festive celebration is free and open to the public. Learn more at cpo.org/merrymakerfest.
Welcome back to Cleveland Central Catholic Stefanski Stadium. You're watching the 14U, and the good news is the young man was walked off the field on his own, so that's a good sign. And immediately we got a whistle on the very first play.
Encroachment. Defense, number 13 in the neutral zone. 5 yards, replay the down.
Well, that'll explain why they're getting a little pressure on them. So a quick start.
You know, all this passing by the Nick Chubb team, coached by Tevin Davis. You know, Myles Garrett, they just want to pin their ears back right now and try to get to the quarterback in a hurry.
Well, if they're following Myles Garrett, he'll always tell you, I ain't offside. What are you talking about?
And Myles get one of those penalties per game.
Yeah. Quick move, fumble, gets right down on it.
To the press box. Tim Highland to the press box.
So here we are. Second down. Fell right on it, so it's a loss of about 3. If I have it right.
Yeah.
So second down. And it looks like, to me, 13. No. Second and 11. Second and 11. I'm seeing it right now. I saw the down person just everything over there looks orange to me right now. So here we go, second down and 11. He's looking to throw. He's going to throw one deep. I believe he got it.
Great execution.
So he did find time to pick up the first down. A big play for them.
And again, sprint right pass, nothing there, reverses field, eyes continue downfield, square the shoulder and just let it go. And way to go up and catch that ball, young man. And on that reception there, that right there was number 10. Javonte Swift from the Cleveland Renegades.
There you go. There you go, Luke.
Off to half tackle there. Trying a quick hitter. Pick up about 5 yards.
You know, that's just to keep them honest. You slow some of that pass rush down by running it underneath. You know, they just want to do enough to say, hey, we are still taking care of our running back. We know you're part of the All-Star game as well. You know, we feed you a bone every now and then. But clearly, we want to put the ball in the air and exploit some of these matchups on the perimeter.
Second down. Oh, he got a hold of him. Nothing doing.
And that was a good job right there. Staying at home, staying disciplined. That was number 13, Adrian Mosby of Garden Valley. Let's take a look at it here. He reverses out and right there in great position, and he gobbled him up. You're going nowhere, Mr. Hill.
We might have set the new sack record in the 14U champion or All-Star game here. The way they're going after that guy. So here we go. Third down, 17. They've been behind the sticks most of the day. Oh, Lordy Lord.
Ho! Tyler! There you go! Got him!
Right up the middle! Could be! He's got to get in! 6! Touchdown! Put him on the board!
Great job. Let's take a look at this here. Again, Tyler Hill, so poised, so patient in the pocket. Waits his receiver to break free, and he dropped it. The receiver did the rest. Sprinting to the end zone, that was number 3, his teammate during the regular season, Luciano Lockyer from the Southside Seahawks. Touchdown. Both touchdown passes have come from Tyler Hill to one of his receivers who he's familiar with.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
You know, and that shows you all the talent that's over here in the Broadway area. The Southside Seahawks, they practice right over here in the Broadway neighborhood. They finished the 14U division this year as team leaders in scoring with 136 points. They also had the best defense.
2-point or 1-point conversion try.
And Luciano Lockyer on that last touchdown was number 2 in the bantamweight division in scoring with 43 points. A quick stat update. Number 8, Tyler Hill, is up to 80 yards passing with 2 touchdowns.
Now that was a Myles Garrett score, am I correct? Or do I have it backwards again?
No, that was a Myles Garrett. No, that was a Nick Chubb score.
Nick Chubb score, so they extended their lead.
Okay.
I think the next time we...
No, Nick Chubb. That was Nick Chubb's score.
So it was theirs.
And the extra point attempt is good.
I think the next time we get all-star jerseys, we need to go white with a different color.
Yes. And you know, and I think every division has a white set and a dark set.
And I know the teams do, you know. And I realized that what they sent us wasn't the right thing. I think Tony Martin was just glad to see that we had jerseys on time.
You know, Anthony Martin, he was on top of tracking the entire week, making sure jerseys got here in time. You know, all of our all-stars today are playing with brand new jerseys, courtesy of Boyd Watterson Asset Management. We'd like to thank them for being our event sponsor for our All-Star Series and blessing the kids today with brand new jerseys. And another sack here.
Wow. Loss of 5.
You know, drop back to pass and boom. You know, filled that hole pretty quick there. And that was number 26 there on the tackle. And number 26, that is Gerald Miller from the Sims Raider Showtime.
So we're at second down. I'm going to call it 15. Clock runs. They might get it off. They are. Fumble.
They're skirting around down there.
So they recovered their own fumble, and that will bring us to halftime. So you've been watching the 14U All-Star game from the Cleveland Muny Football League right here at Stefanski Stadium, where it's been all the Nick Chubb All-Stars as they lead 15-0. We'll be right back.
Today's vote, in my eyes, is not a very difficult one.
Welcome back to Cleveland Central Catholic High School. You've been watching the 14U Muny Football All-Star Game and our very special guest, Tim Highland, Boyd Watterson, Cleveland Bills. It seems like every place Tim Highland goes, it's like, I think the first thing that comes through my mind is the St. Edward Eagles, all the different, it's like you're the icon of the city. But Tim, let's talk about the relationship with Muny football and all that, how all that happened.
Sure. Well, that goes back 30 years. I was a graduate of Cathedral Latin High School and went to Georgia Tech, and came back. I was coaching at St. Edward High School, and we knew that there was an overabundance of great talent and great young men in the city of Cleveland that were being overlooked. And we knew that St. Edward's, as you know, is a great academic school, and we've got a lot of great Catholic schools and public schools. But these young men were not only, well, most importantly, they were excellent students, and they were excellent leaders on the football field. And one way or another, it was either a Division I scholarship, a Division II scholarship, or a Division III scholarship. And they made what a impression they made at St. Edward High School, and what an impression they made at the colleges that they attended. And they went on to a really successful business careers. So and that's, as we all know, the sizzle is football.
Absolutely.
The stake is these young men get a great opportunity educationally and athletically to express themselves, and they learn so many things in the classroom, and we also know they learn so many things on the athletic field.
And Tim, over the years, we've seen so many kids that come out of this program, and we talk education, but a lot of them are looking to get into the builder's trades. They're trying to get all that. How does that all tied in?
So it's an incredible journey. So we as we know, there's what people at well-meaning educators, they kind of de-emphasized the building trades and the trade opportunities within the greater Cleveland area. And schools like Max Hayes, they were de-emphasized, and shop classes were kind of wound down, and they wanted everybody, not everybody, but I don't want to marginalize anybody, but they tried to push them all towards computers and/or colleges. And there's a large percentage of young men in Northeast Ohio that weren't aware of the building trades opportunity. And the building trades opportunity is an incredible situation where the city of Cleveland, the building trades are booming. The jobs, these young men, they come into the building trades. They get trained. By the way, they earn while they learn. So they're in trade school, paid for by the contractors. That's paid for. They're trained, and why they go 4 hours a day to a training class, and then 4 hours to work. They're earning while they're learning. 6 or 8 weeks after that, they're taking maybe 1 day or 2 days a week in learning how to weld, which is going to be the most incredible story in America. If these young men learn how to weld, they will retire without any interruption in their work interruption, because there's such a need for welders right now. The computers that we're all aware of, we're all in the process of the CHIPS Act from President Biden, and there's going to be a massive amount of opportunities. And then there's just so many other opportunities, and quite frankly, they can also become contractors. And they become contractors, and they have opportunities to run large businesses, and they're searching for the young men that we've brought to the building trades from the Cleveland building trades have been exceptional, and they come to us and say, where can we find more young men like this? So it's a great opportunity, and that's what I like. We've got X amount of kids from the city of Cleveland that are in college, and they're getting a lot of support from those universities, whether it's athletically and or their grades. And then we've got the other alternative, which maybe they go, look, I really don't care for college, but boy, I'd love the opportunity to learn how to weld, or I'd love to learn how to work within the building trades, and it's, you got to remember something. It's not only a salary, and it's a really attractive salary that starts somewhere in the $20 range and then climbs into the $40 and $50 range. But they get along with that, they get a pension fund and an annuity fund and a health and welfare benefit for the rest of their lives. So when they retire on or about the age of 60, quite frankly, that's not an exaggeration. They're millionaires. So that's a great story that unfortunately is just starting to get told. But one of our great benefactors telling that story is Cleveland Muny football.
And you're 1,000%. Jason Dunn, our league director, we just talked, and obviously we're back to action here, but we just talked just a few minutes ago in the second quarter about the tutoring and all the different things that are provided through Boyd Watterson, through the building trades. Jason, tell us what you were talking about. Tell Tim what we were talking about earlier.
And just listening to Tim talk about the trades, and that's definitely something that we want to do, is provide our kids with more opportunities. Like I said, the sports part, that's the hook. These kids, won't go pro. It's just the numbers thing. A lot of these kids won't go pro in the sport they're playing, but they do have opportunities to be a pro at something, learn a trade, and have an honest living, making good money. And like you said, by the time these kids retire, they're millionaires. You seek the sports part of it to be rich. That's what you see on TV, but they don't get what you're dropping right now as far as going to the trades and just going through those steps to become successful young men and women. We need that, and we need to continue to push that narrative that college is not the only option for these kids.
Well, listen, one of the things that really hits my heart when I see Patty and you, it reminds me of one very special thing that we take it for granted, Tim, but truthfully, we're not only giving them a future and a way to go to make money and be productive citizens, but today in our society, we're saving kids' lives.
If I get emotional, please excuse me. My privilege to work with the Muny Leagues and see these young men. I wish everybody could be out here, because everything that's right about the city of Cleveland is at this field today. We've got coaches spending incredible amounts of time being great mentors to these players. We've got so many volunteers. We've got the parents here. We've got the grandparents here. And it's all about everything that's great. Unfortunately, as we know, the journalism in America, if some kid gets caught spraying graffiti, that's on the front page. These kids that are doing all the things that are right, that are incredible. I mean, what a story, and it's happening all the time. And I am the leaders of the Muny Football League. And Joe Record and his leadership with all these fine gentlemen. We're here with Jason and Tim Wells. It's great. And let's remember the component of cheerleaders. We've got a female component here with the cheerleaders, and they've got great mentors. They've got women that are great mentors, and again, we're talking about giving them a vision where they can go, and that's the great story. We got a story that academically, athletically, spiritually, that is a component of this whole organization we're involved in. It goes on to high school, it will go on to college, or it'll go on to a building trades, and we're looking at future great American success stories. This is the American dream. The door's been kicked wide open, and these kids everybody's being embraced, academically, athletically, spiritually, and they're going to become great moms, dads, great families. That's what makes our country and this community special.
Well, Tim, we want to thank you for coming by. We want to talk to Patty Jameson. I know she'll talk a little bit about my cheerleaders.
Well, all I want to say is thank you so much, and what a privilege it is to be part of this great organization. And God bless the Muny Leagues, and God bless these young men and young women. Great things are going to happen. I'm going to pass this over to Patty. Patty?
Okay.
Yeah, we thank you guys for everything, Tim.
Thank you. Thanks, Tim.
Thank you.
So we are on a 4th down play and 10 with 6:30 to go. And joining us, as we mentioned, Patty Jameson. And Patty, as you know, you just heard Tim. We've been talking about the football and the guys, and she mentioned the girls. I mean, obviously, you're part of this with Tim. Give us your views on what you're seeing.
I've been involved. Can you hear? I've been involved with Muny football for 10 or 15 years, for sure 10 years since I've been at Boyd Watterson with Tim Highland and Tracy Taylor, and I can't tell you how much fun we've had coming to these games. Today is a beautiful day at Central Catholic, and it's a great day for a football game, and I just love watching these guys play. But I have a special affinity for the cheerleaders, and what they've done with the cheerleaders is very comparable to what they've done with the football players. They are organized as teams. They have coaches that assist them. They are organized and disciplined, and I think it does a world of good for these girls to be involved in something like that. So I'm looking forward to the cheerleader competition that's coming up, and I'll be there, and I hope everybody can join us. Thank you.
Well, let me tell you, let me give you the inside scoop here, Patty. The young man to my left, he has the football side of it as the league director. His wife has the cheerleaders.
Oh, boy.
And neither one of them are getting much sleep.
Yeah.
And I keep telling Joe Record, send them some pain medicine for the headaches that you're going to be dealing with.
Right. It's quite a show. Quite a show. A lot of moving parts, a lot of coordination. It's a lot of kids, which is wonderful.
Yes, it is. And they do a tremendous job.
They sure do.
And I'll tell you what, sometimes I feel for them. I really do, you know. And a lot of times it's not the kids. It's not the kids. You know, we're dealing with, it's a parent or a supporter or somebody that's gone off that doesn't understand what we're trying to accomplish here.
Right.
And obviously, your organization with Tim had it right on the head. Am I right, Jay? Where we're trying to make it better for both the boys as well as the young ladies.
And you're doing a fabulous job, and you have to keep it up.
Well, I need to ask you, does Tim give you any sleep, or you're always on the move with him?
I don't know if you know this. I retired on Friday.
Oh! Congratulations!
I'm getting a lot of sleep.
Congratulations, Dan.
Thank you.
Wow!
Doesn't mean I retired from Muny football, though.
Oh, no. Listen, Joe Record's been telling me we're going to retire, I think, 15, 20 years ago.
He's not allowed to.
Yeah, that's what he keeps saying, too.
He can't. Cannot.
Well, Patty, I'm going to let you go ahead, and I appreciate you coming by.
It's great being here.
Thank you. This is that theory we call it all in the family, JD, or what?
Yeah, she dropped a big one on us right there. Retirement. Yeah. And wishing Patty much success and a lot of rest in retirement.
So we got a 3rd down and 30. Score is still 15-0. And as usual, I see Nick Chubb. They got the ball. They're looking to score more.
Actually, we got Myles Garrett with the ball right now.
Oh, is that them now?
Yeah, trying to decipher his orange from red. Ooh.
I can't tell one from the next. Okay, so let me look.
And that was on the intended receiver on that play.
That is
number 7. And that was Mr. Wallace from Shaker Raw Talent. The intended target just a little bit too far.
He was the leading scorer in the league with 60 points.
And he was a talent. He had a number of long touchdowns, and most of his touchdowns, 90% of them came through the air from the receiver position.
I love that when they go the Browns and Myles Garrett. What a perfect pick.
You can't go wrong. Myles Garrett, Nick Chubb, 2 all-pro caliber players. 2 players are looking to make a big impact on the second half of the season for the Browns this year.
So John Lundy is back in the house. Central Catholic. You got to be sitting here drooling looking at these players.
Tim. Bullock, you hot. Bullock, you hot. Looked after me when I was in the 7th grade. He recruited me, so I had to give him a big look. This is awesome, man. Like I said, I love everything you guys do.
I'll tell you what, Coach, I got to ask you, can you ever remember a season like this where we've had this kind of weather?
No. I'm a firm believer in that global warming.
I don't mind it. No, I really don't mind it.
I don't either. A lot of talent out here today.
Sunshine in November. Now, I remember an all-star game, I don't know, I'm going to say 5-6 years ago, where we played the first weekend in November, and we were out there with shovels at Collinwood, cleaning the snow off the field.
When he called me and told me, hey, the crew called me from TV20, what are we going to do? I said, what do you mean we're going to do? Got nothing. No, next thing I know, well, it's snowing like crazy over here. I said, oh.
Well, you remember when we were kids. I mean, that was the funnest thing, to slide and play in the snow. I mean,
absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, but I'll tell you what, the good Lord is blessing us today. And
beautiful day.
I know as JD, he's looking to get a little bit of a break. And his wife as well, but I'm sure she's probably a nervous wreck already about the 23rd, making sure everything's done and corrected and all that.
Yeah, I won't get any sleep until this cheerleading competition is over, because I got to hear it all.
And I think the biggest difference between the two is, and I said this to somebody the other day when we were talking about the cheerleaders, is the cheerleading competition day is their day, meaning that they come to all the football games and they cheer, but when it comes to the end, I guarantee you the daughters are calling grandpa, grandma, aunt, this is the final time you're going to get to see me on TV, you got to come, you got to support me. And believe me, do they support them?
Tim, and it's a beautiful sight to see, because these girls truly get so much support. And no matter what venue we move to, the venue is always sold out. And like I said, it's nothing but supporters, the grandparents, the parents, the aunts, the uncles. They have relatives that come into town who don't even live here in Cleveland just for that one day to see these girls. And, on the mat, the cameras, all the girls are getting FaceTime with TV20. They're all getting their pictures taken during pre-taping. I mean, it's just, it's just so much excitement and build-up going into that competition. And they work so hard from the start of the season until that competition. And you got to think, they're putting all that work in for 3 minutes on the mat, and they enjoy it and they love it.
Wow, I love the cheering. I love the dancing. Oh, the music that they use, they must practice forever to get that to sync with everybody else.
Their intensity is a lot too.
Oh, to the outside.
We have some of the young girls at our elementary school next to Central Catholic at St. Stan's that they're practicing in recess, getting ready for that competition. So yeah, they put in the work.
Now, Coach Lundy, let's talk about your season. Obviously, the head coach at Cleveland Central Catholic High School. How many years have you been the head coach of the high school so far?
14 years. I've been here 24 years. The head coach 14 years. Long time.
Okay.
Our season, we had a rough season this year. We were pretty young, so we had some setbacks, but we're really excited about the season coming up with everybody coming back, ready to put in work and get in that weight room starting in December.
Okay.
Because, I mean, as any coach knows, the season is won in the off season.
You know, seeing you guys during 7-on-7s and obviously during the season, you guys benefit tremendously from Muny football. You know, getting some of the kids over here at Cleveland Central Catholic to participate in the high school program. But what's been the biggest benefit for you this year? You know, we've made Central Catholic our premier stadium for hosting Muny football games, from rookie tackle to regular season games, now to championships and all-star.
Well, the big thing is to show the kids, where we're located, that we have the nice facilities, that we try to create a family atmosphere. I mean, of course, like I say, you want to have great seasons, but we also are about building young men, so that's very important to us. Building young men for the future, like you guys were talking about earlier with Tim about, being successful citizens and positive role models in the community. That's really big to me. That's really why I still stick around. I really believe in that.
I got to ask you this, Coach, and I'm going back a ways, but I can remember the coaches that coached here, and they would tell me the same stories about the wives. If they didn't win that day, they felt like you let them down. Do you still feel that sense from the other side as well?
Definitely. Yes, the family has to buy in for anybody that's coaching. It comes home.
You think they'd get a little sympathy, Tim? Like, hey, we're doing the best we can. We got a young team. We're getting blah blah blah. But I can remember Al Hodak would tell me a long time ago. He said, Tim, if I don't win this one, I'm gonna get hell when I get home.
Yeah, because the family lives and dies with you. Yeah. And you guys know from coaching that definitely happens.
Coach Lundy, a school like Cleveland Central Catholic, parochial school right here in the heart of the city of Cleveland. A lot of parents, there's always information that parents just don't know. And when you look at a private school, it's tuition based. So some parents think they don't even look because they say, hey, in my financial situation, I can't afford to be there. What type of support and help or what information is out there that parents wouldn't typically know who would qualify, for the kid to attend Central Catholic, dealing with some of the financial hardships that our families deal with? Well,
one of the big things, and probably one of the most important thing that we offer is our tuition through assistance through the state, and so it's very important, so if the families apply, it's there. The money is there, and also with the assistance of Third Federal. Like I said, if you want to be an Ironman, we make it happen.
Okay.
And we also with volunteer hours, so like I said, the kids and the parents, buy in, we'll make it happen. We don't turn anybody away.
So that's definitely information that we want to get out to our parents. Again, this is the 14U All-Star Game. The next step for these kids, our high school. So information will be readily available on our website, www.cmfleague.org. We will be, creating a new link with information for high school. So these teams and these kids and these parents had the correct information on how to reach out, whether it's admissions, whether it's athletics, so they can take that next step forward in preparing, the next 4 years of their life.
All right. Well, we have, like I said, with that voucher program, we can make it happen. So please reach out to us, and we will assist you in any way we can.
So we are in the fourth quarter, getting ready to start. And again, you've heard all the great programs that are out there. And again, these are not just about the game of football or the cheerleaders. These are about helping mold them into good citizens.
That was a big stop in the backfield there. You know, at this point, Miles Garrett is looking to get a stop here. You know, right now they are second down. You know, second down and long situation.
Yeah, we're looking at 2nd and 13.
And I know it's on Coach Tevin Davis' mind. You want to put more points on this board. Again, this is an all-star game. You know, he's had, you know, fabulous quarterback play and receiver play. Looks like you still got number 8 out there at quarterback, Tyler Hill, who's only adding on to the stat sheet at this point.
Looking to throw to the end zone. Picked off! How many turnovers have we seen today?
And that one was just a little underthrown. And in position was number 3, Kurt King. He goes up, he high points it, and he takes it away from the receiver. And this is his 2nd interception of the game. Now, the receiver did have a step, and again, that was Sir Curtis Wooten, who had the first touchdown reception on the day. But the ball being underthrown didn't give him an opportunity to make a play.
Again, Kurt King.
Got an injury timeout.
Again, from the West United Gators. I got to find out, is he related to our clock operator? Mr. King, is he related to you? Kurt King, is he related to you? Are you sure? Okay, I'm just checking. I want to make sure.
I don't think Juan played that far downfield.
No. Well, he has the same speed, I can tell you that. Well, listen, we'll take a break, folks, and we'll be right back with some more action right here from Cleveland Central Catholic Stefanski Field.
The Cleveland Division of Police is announcing a new feature in reporting non-emergency crimes. When you call the non-emergency number 216-621-1234, a dispatcher will then send you a link via text to your cell phone. Other options are to call 833-461-0144 or use the QR code and report your non-emergency crime. We encourage everyone to add both the Cleveland Division of Police non-emergency phone number and the direct number in their cell phones.
This safety message is brought to you by the City of Cleveland Division of Police.
Welcome back to Cleveland Central Catholic Stefanski Field. You're watching the 14U All-Star Game of Cleveland Muny football. And you are looking at the Miles Garrett team that took the ball away on an interception. They are on their Nick Chubb. They're in the 9-yard line, so they got a long way to go. But they're going to need to make these plays happen in quick fashion.
Yeah, field position hasn't been kind to them today.
I'll tell you, we've been blessed with a lot of great partners in making this happen, Jason. I'll tell you, couldn't be done alone between the volunteers and all the sponsors and making it happen. Although I have to tell you, I feel more for Stephanie because of the cheerleader. I've seen that show. They packed that house. We can never find a place big enough.
Yeah, her and her staff, they get their hands full these next few weeks. But again, they do a tremendous job of pulling it together. You know, they add themes to it. They keep it fun. You know, they're so engaged. You know, it's a lot of input from the coaches, the coordinators. You know, and the girls themselves who are out there cheering. It's just so festive, and you know, I enjoy every moment of it. You know, I have 4 girls myself, so I've grown up a cheer dad. You know, and I mean, it's been around me since the first girl. And I just, I embrace it and I just love it. Just the smiles you see on these kids' face. I mean, it melts my heart every time. And it's nothing more than that I want to see than these kids have an enjoyable experience, smile, and turn around and say, I'm gonna do it all over again tomorrow.
When you said that, the first thing went through my mind, and I remember Stephanie coming up with this idea where they had the cheerleaders to get their dad to do a cheer with them, and I'm like, I'll never forget that. I said, these poor guys, they're not going to make. There was a couple times that one guy, I can't do that now. Oh, in stride! Oh, did he make a throw? Fumbled the ball.
Please tell me he recovered it. Great effort play.
Wow! I'll tell you what, I know where this receiver can be used at, and it ain't far from here. Look at this throw and the catch.
That was a great pitch and catch.
Oh, unbelievable.
We catch a number on that?
They're saying, I think they said number 2. Well, number 1.
Number 1, Jayon Payne's dropping that ball into number 10.
Wow.
And Jayon Payne, he was the championship leading quarterback from the Garden Valley Falcons, who also happened to be the number 10 scorer in the league, number 7 scorer in the division this year.
Well, I can tell you one guy that's sitting down here, Danny Solomon, he's got to be as proud as can be. See his kids play this well.
Had a tremendous year. The entire Garden Valley community cleaned up. Had a couple Coach of the Year awards given out. Lamonte Smith, who's coaching his 14U. Miles Garrett team, he was our 14U Bantamweight Division Coach of the Year. And then in the 10U division, Coach James Hennings from Garden Valley ended up collecting Coach of the Year awards as well. So tremendous job to the Garden Valley Falcon Nation. And we just give it up to the tremendous job that all the coordinators do. We started meeting with these guys in February. So these guys it's a long season for them. It's a long grind. They start organizational meetings around that time, and then we bring them in and start planning for the season. That was number 9, Joel McLeod from the Garden Valley Falcons on the short carry. It probably got back around to the line of scrimmage.
So I'm looking at a second down, about 16. Now it's third down, 16. We do want to remind you that next week we will be down at Cleveland Public Hall for the 2024 Cheerleaders Day, I like to call it. Not competition, but they make it that, and they will, you'll see the all-out effort.
And those girls are super competitive.
And nothing going there. They tried to go deep, didn't have the time this time. So we have a timeout.
Timeout. Offense.
Fourth down and very long. Coach Lamonte Smith, if I'm him, I'm just dialing up another long ball. Take our chance, trying to get some points on the board. Let's get that donut off the score clock.
Well, I can tell you, it ain't because he hasn't tried. They got to give him some time to throw it. If they can do that. Now that one play, they had a big play where they rolled him out and he came back and threw across the field.
You know, and like I said, with J.I. Payne at quarterback, like I said, this kid is pretty elusive, and I've seen him all year improvising in the backfield. You know, he'll roll out right, nothing there. He'll reverse field, go left. The one thing about the kid, he's always poised, eyes stay down the field because he's a pass-first quarterback with a great ability to take off and run. So I expect him to make something happen, and you know, there's not too many plays for 4th down and 20. But if it's anybody who I would trust to have the ball in their hands, it is J.I. Payne in this down the distance.
So here we go. 4:03 to go. You're looking at the Myles Garrett team on offense, and they're looking to try to put something on the scoreboard.
You know, the referee didn't pick that one up, but that was an obvious blitz up the middle by the middle linebacker. They went empty set, no backs in the backfield, and the defense did bring pressure. That wasn't caught by the official. But hey, you know, we figured we could sneak one in there. Maybe you see it, maybe you don't. We take our chance, and that gamble paid off for him.
So there'll be a change of possession here, and the Nick Chubb team will go back on offense. I'll tell you, that was a great pass play, though, by the Myles Garrett team, hitting that guy in stride like that.
You know, just the way it was drawn up in practice, the execution. You couldn't have placed the ball any better. Double coverage and just over the outstretched shoulder where he was able to fingertip it and bring it in. You know, great execution by the quarterback and receiver.
You know, when Tim was talking about all the different programs and been around a long time, he's seen a lot of our kids that have gone on to pro football. That have, you know, Troy Smith sticks out in my mind as one of those guys. There's so many you can think of.
You know, when you look at the history, and you talk about the history of the league, you know, we've had so many guys that went pro. You know, obviously from the Troy Smiths, Heisman Trophy winners. You know, we talk about some of our Mr. Ohio winners. You know, you got Bam Childress. You know, obviously you talk about Bam Childress, another Mr. Ohio recipient, state champion. You know, Ohio State grad, played receiver with New England Patriots. Ted Ginn Jr., 14-year NFL vet. You know, the list goes, you know, on and on. And then, you know, the unsung heroes, you know, are the ones who, for years, who are pro at, you know, in another career choice. Obviously, the trades, which has been instrumental and monumental to us and to our success, and to, you know, the kids that move on and is able to support their family into adulthood. You know, the Raymond Williams, Mr. Ohio, on to, you know, one of our biggest advocates and one of our true testaments into the trades program.
Well, he's going to try to run it, and he is going to pick up some yardage. And he is picking up enough for a first down.
Look at his little dance out there with that one. You know, that right there was number 5, Jameer Patterson from the Cleveland Renegades.
There's got to be a special feeling in your heart when you see a lot of the people that were part of this program as players, you know, and now are back coaching, giving back, you know, or a pro player that came back and said, hey, I want to help. It's got to make you feel good.
it's a great feeling. And my own personal story was, I came to the Muny Leagues for East 97th Street Bulldogs. Mr. Sumter, we spent my youth years over there before we went to play high school ball, and coming back, because I wanted to make an impact and I wanted to, share some of what I learned, and I learned a great deal from my coaches and my mentors. And started my own program, the Cleveland Stallions, Steve Standard Stallions, then the Cleveland Stallions, before being plucked away, into my current role as director of the league, which I embrace wholeheartedly. And I just get a lot of joy out of the passion that these men and women have for these children.
Well, that means you were part of the East 97th Street Bulldogs and the Sims Raiders rivalry.
Oh, man.
Oh, was that a rivalry?
You talk about a rivalry.
Oh.
We couldn't even say their name during that week. We didn't say that.
Oh, wow.
And it was so much fun. It was so much fun. Didn't end up getting a chance to go to school with a lot of those guys from the Raiders.
It's odd that, you mention that, because later on in life you run into those guys and it's like, wow, did we have an experience. And I know that Mr. Sumter had a little store in the neighborhood.
Yes, he did.
And he said the kids went in there and ate. they had a great time with a lot of great snacks, I can tell you that, at no cost.
Yeah, went over to Helen's, and we used to get dressed on game day. We meet up. He owned an apartment building right in the basement was our storage area. Game day, we'd all meet up there. We go down. It was a straight line. You got your pants, you got your pads, you got your jersey, you got your socks, and it was just like that every week. Single file line all the way through. You got dressed. We went out to the front. We warm up, and we board the bus, and we head to our football site. Definitely missed those days.
So second down, 2:09 to go here in the game. They're going to try to run it right up the middle. And they'll take it all the way down to the 12-yard line. I remember I used to tease, I think the one son's name was Keith, if I'm right. There was a son that looked identical to a bulldog. He always had that look, like, he was mad at the world. And I finally got him to smile, I said, you exemplify the bulldog look. I'll tell you, he'd laugh.
Red and white dynamite.
So 3rd down and 1. Ball on the ground. It's going to get to the outside, and they'll bring him down right there. So now it'll become a 3rd down and 4th down. 4th down. And it looks like 4th down and about 9. So 1:03 to go.
Timeout. Defense. Second charge timeout.
Defense want to try to get that ball back one last time.
I'll tell you what. It would be nice if they could, but I don't know. With a minute to go in the game, every time they've tried to go back and hit the deep pass, they don't have the time to throw it. That defensive pass rush has been brutal. And we do want to remind you, folks, we'll be selecting an outstanding player on offense and defense. And we are going to try to select one from each team. See if you can match our whiz. Jason Dunn will be down on the field with Nicole, and they'll be honoring those all-stars with their plaques, their programs, and the outstanding players in today's games. What do you think the odds are that once this is over, another week these guys will be out playing football somewhere in a grassy area in their neighborhood with their friends?
Oh, they'll definitely be out there. And I look right outside the stadium here. You know, it's a whole game going on outside the stadium. You know, as long as you got kids around and you got a ball around, you're going to have a pickup football game going on. They can't leave it alone.
So they get it back one more time. They'll have less than a minute, 54 seconds to go.
And on that interception, that was number 16 from the West United Gators, Jason Showman. And that worked into Coach Lamonte Smith's hands. He called that timeout in the effort to preserve some of the clock and in hopes of getting the ball back. And the very next play, he turned around and got a turnover. I'm thinking he take a few shots long here.
I know another guy, he's going to rest for about a week. You probably won't even be allowed to call him. Just giving you a heads up. Tony Martin, what a phenomenal job he's done all year. And I tell him, Tony, that gray hair, be careful, man. You'll be gray before you know it. He says, what are you talking about? I'm already there.
You know, and Tony Martin, he does a phenomenal job. He's all over the place. It's not hard to spot him at all. When you see somebody on game day moving 1,000 miles an hour, sideline to sideline, parking lot, ticket booth, up in the stands, you know, he does a lot, and we really appreciate everything he does for the league.
Well, he got out of the end zone, and he broke the tackle.
Yeah, he was already down. And you know, hey, that's the improvising and that's the work that you see from Jayon Payne. And it was the reason he was the offensive MVP of the championship game.
I got another player down here. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I hope he's okay. 31 seconds to go. He's played all day in his all-star game. I did see him get up, so that's a good sign. He's walking off the field.
You know, and as I look throughout, you know, high school football, especially in, you know, the city of Cleveland, we have, you know, and again, this is a shout out to the great work that our coaches do on this level of preparing these kids for the next level. We have a lot of kids who go into their freshman year high school ready. You know, we had Cleveland Heights played a big game, which they lost Friday night. And their tailback during that game was John Morris. John Morris played Muny League throughout his youth days, and true freshman. And you know, he was the ball carrier. He scored his first high school touchdown in the state playoffs. They have another running back, Elijah Harris, on that Cleveland Heights team, who was injured for the game, but he was at an official visit at Penn State on Saturday during the Buckeyes and Penn State game. So our kids are getting the recognition. They're going to high school prepared. And, you know, I know these high school coaches are just beaming over the talent that they're inheriting from, you know, the Muny League, preparing these kids for the next level. And, you know, again, 4 years of high school and on to the next chapter of life.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's great to see. There's not a program in the country, and I now see why everybody says it's the best, it's the oldest. But it has moved leaps and bounds from just the football side to being more than football. And that has to go out to you and Joe and your planning and putting this all together.
Yeah, and like I said, when you look at, you know, the multiple sports that our kids play, you know, 60-meter indoor Ohio State track hurdle champion, Tyrell Cloud, who's now a freshman at Marshall University, played in the Muny Football League, and that's, you know, that's a plug because that's also my nephew. You know, and he's attending college on a full track athletic scholarship.
That's pretty awesome. So here we go, another long pass, and he caught it. I believe they're giving him the catch.
Tim, where has that been all day? And that's the second shot taken down the field. And hey, 2 for 2 taking the long ball.
Yep. So it's 1st down and 10. And I don't know if they're going to get another playoff here because it looks like the clock will run out. As that will bring us to the end of the 2024 14U All-Star Game right here from Cleveland Central Catholic Stefanski Field. So folks, when we come back, they'll have the special awards down on the field right after this timeout.
This is Jason Dunn, League Director of the Cleveland Muny Football League, and we are now down on the field at the conclusion of the 14U Bantamweight All-Star Game. Let's give it up to all of our tremendous All-Stars today. I'm joined down here on the field by both head coaches and the fabulous team over at Boyd Watterson to present our all-star MVPs on the offensive and defensive side. So first off, we'll start with bringing up our outstanding player on defense. He has 7 tackles and 3 sacks, number 11, Javen Minifield. Jaden Minifield, I want you to talk about, your experience playing in this all-star game today. You went out and put on a tremendous display today. You really shine bright on the defensive end. And I want to talk about your impact and what fuels you to continue to go to practice, go to school, and excel at such a high level.
Just God. God and my family, and my coaches and my teammates.
That is outstanding, Jaden. What grade are you in?
8th.
8th grade. Any idea will you be going to high school next year? Not yet? So we got to follow you on social media to find out.
All right.
Okay. So, hey, what's your IG?
Young J.
Okay, at Young J. I'll be
3 times.
3 times. So I'll be following you because I want to hear that announcement because we're definitely looking forward to following you throughout the next 4 years, all the way until adulthood. So with your tremendous display today, you are defensive MVP. Yeah, congratulations. So now we want to bring up our outstanding offensive player of the game. With 82 yards passing, 2 touchdown passes, and he flipped sides of the ball to collect 2 interceptions. Number 8, Tyler Hill. Tyler Hill. There's a guy in Colorado right now that's doing what you did today, excelling on both sides of the ball, and they couldn't throw the ball your way. Every time you rolled out, you seemed to have your eyes downfield, and it probably helped that you were throwing a lot of the balls to some guys you were familiar with, some of your teammates from the Seahawks. Let's talk about what fuels you and keeps you motivated.
My coaches, my parents, the players for sure. My brother over there, big shout out to him. He always been there for me. God, most God for sure. God, And yeah, that's all.
Man, that's outstanding. And what grade are you in?
I want to give a big shout out to Coach Eli, all my coaches over there. Coach Eli, you been with me, you feel me, all that, yeah.
Phenomenal. And what grade are you in?
8th grade.
And any idea where you're going to high school at?
Eyes on St. Ed's.
Eyes on St. Ed's. Phenomenal. So with your performance today, you are our 2024 Offensive Game, All-Star Game MVP. And real quick, just want to hear a quick word from our coaches. Just want to hear their experience. And I'm first start with Coach Lamonte Smith. I had both of you guys up here a couple weeks ago during the championship game, and you did it all over again in the All-Star game. So just want to talk about your experience working with this group of kids this week.
I mean, I have fun, and I appreciate the opportunity, man. We ain't really have enough time to practice, man. I wish we had some more, but it is what it is.
Yeah, and it's always a short turnaround with the All-Star game, and we appreciate you stepping up and accepting the honor as being the head coach. Now you, Coach Tevin Davis, you want to share your experience with this group of young men during this past week?
I'd say it was pretty fun. We all had different players from different teams, different backgrounds, and everybody just came together, and it seemed like they all remembered the main objective was to have fun and celebrate the season that we had for the individual players that got voted here. So I'd say it was a great experience for me.
Again, we appreciate you stepping up, and we look forward to a great off season and seeing you guys reboot, retool, and get ready for next year. So that will conclude our post-game award ceremony for the 14U All-Star Game. Again, congratulations to every All-Star, to all of our volunteer coaches, and to all of our parents and spectators. I'm going to now throw it back up to you, Tim.
Well, again, you've been watching the 14U All-Star Game here from Muny Football, and again, our special thanks to all the coaches, all the volunteers, all the sponsors that made it all happen here today. We do want to remind you that next week we'll be down at Cleveland Public Hall, where it'll be the cheerleaders that will put on a special performance at Public Hall. And again, it's something that you will all want to see. So for Jason Dunn, I'm Tim Wells. Good night, everyone.